Hey everybody, this is Twitch and welcome to Retro Gamer Ranting. It's sort of a long weekend. I had visitors and stuff like that, so my brain's kind of mush right now. So bear with me today when I do this vlog. It's one of those things where if you ever have visitors and you have to entertain and stuff like that, and once they leave, you kind of have to reboot and remember what you were doing before they came because you kind of just focus all your energy on entertaining and stuff like that. So anyway, the main thing here I want to talk about today is a little bit about Nintendo being hardcore. I also want to make a mention, I want to give a thanks to the Real Vito. Pretty sure it's his name on YouTube. He's also on my IGN, and I can't think of it right now what his my IGN handle is. It might be the same thing. But because of his suggestion, I was able to get a video capture device. So hopefully that will come soon. I did free delivery, so in other words, it will be here anywhere between today and next year sometime because, they're not going to pay us money to deliver it to them. Well, then we're not going to deliver it to them till next month. So you never know in that case. So hopefully it'll be here soon. I'll be able to do my Conduit 2 review because I did manage to, was able to beat Conduit 2 this weekend, single player. So pretty awesome. So yeah, but anyway, moving on. A lot of debate about Nintendo, of course, and their Wii 2, and the fact that can they actually bring back the hardcore market, and the whole idea of the fact that it's going to be a hardcore rig, and honestly, a lot of people, a lot of articles, a lot of blogs, a lot of vlogs, just like, nah, Nintendo can't do it. Nintendo can't do a hardcore Wii. It's not possible. They can't do a hardcore anymore. They're little kids. They're little kids program. They run around with puck guns and pea shooters. Okay, I'm sorry, folks. I've said this before. I'm going to say it again. If anyone can do hardcore, it's Nintendo. Nintendo can do it. It is possible. They will do it. Okay. And, if you want to argue with me on this, this is fine. I'll argue with you until I'm blue in the face. Nintendo has been around the longest. They have bided their time the longest. They know the market the longest. And yes, they have made mistakes in the past. But if they put their mind to it, if they stay with it, if they stick with it the right way, Nintendo is the company that can take back hardcore. And you know what? I honestly hope they do. They at least get their hardcore market back. And that's just it. They stayed low profile this last, generation of consoles. This current, I should say, since it's not last yet. And a lot of people didn't expect them to be as successful as they did, and they were. They were very successful. And yes, things are slowing down now, particularly now, thanks to the fact that Wii 2 is getting announced, Project Cafe. But they managed to turn some heads. They managed to surprise a lot of people, including their competitors. And I think what that basically was, in my opinion, it was Nintendo was biding their time. They were watching Microsoft. They were watching Sony. They were seeing what they were doing. And I'm pretty darn sure they were doing their homework and taking notes. And, they were testing for weaknesses. And what they're going to do is they're going to do a direct challenge. This is their way of doing a direct challenge to both Microsoft and Sony. And I don't know. I kind of think they're out for blood. I think they want to knock one of them out. I don't think they're going to be able to knock both of them out. But I think Nintendo's like, okay, remember the good old days when it was just me and Sega competing, and every now and then some third party guy would come in and they'd get their butts whooped. I want that again. I think Nintendo wants that again. I think Nintendo wants to be Nintendo Microsoft, Nintendo Sony, not Nintendo Microsoft Sony. Don't want any. They want to be a two console race again. And quite frankly, I think that'd be the best. I personally think three consoles is too much. I really do. I don't know who would end up losing that. I don't know. And Nintendo ain't going anywhere. They have the money, I'm sure Microsoft does, and Sony, I know they have their problems. They can do it. So it'd be an interesting fight, and it would be a big debate to see, what would happen if one of those competitors disappeared. And I might even talk about that on a later date. But again, for all you haters out there that say Nintendo can't do hardcore, seriously, they had it first. If you want hardcore, you look at the 8-bit era, you look at the 16-bit era, and you might look at those games nowadays, but that's not hardcore. It's like, what is your definition of hardcore? Seriously, do you need blood? Do you need gore? You need guns? You need boobs? You need violence? You need swearing? Okay, that's not hardcore. Hardcore to me is a game made for a hardcore gamer. You have to have the skill. To me, a hardcore game was Mario Galaxy 2. people who play Call of Duty and Halo and Mortal Kombat and all that stuff, they'll play Mario Galaxy 2 and they'll be like, well, this ain't a hardcore game. And it's like, bull crap. That's skill. Skill is hardcore. And I think people have a really warped definition of what hardcore is nowadays. So we'll see. Honestly, like I said, the definition of hardcore has changed so much, and I think it's the wrong kind of definition that people are going by these days, especially when it comes to Nintendo. And I do believe the Wii has a lot of really good hardcore titles to it. It's just no one wants to admit it. And for the most part, if they can pull it off, they can come out of the chute with some solid quality titles that are going to all of a sudden make those not Wii, those Sony fanboys and Microsoft fanboys turn their sandboys because they're at the park or they're swimming, fanboys turn their heads and be like, well, graphics look a little better. It is a Nintendo, but dang, that game looks good. I think I'm going to go over here for a little while. I might be back, Microsoft. Hang on, I'll be right back. I just want to try out this new Wii 2 thing. And they could do that because deep down, I don't care if you're a Microsoft fanboy or a Sony fanboy, there's a little Nintendo in everyone, okay? It is possible. Everyone is still a Nintendo fanboy, okay? So, I don't care. You might even, yeah, and yeah, there's people that are like, well, I've never played Nintendo in my life. I grew up on a PlayStation. I grew up on the Xbox. But you know what? You do want to play Mario. You do want to play Zelda. You do want to play Metroid. You do want to play Smash Brothers. You do want to play Kirby. It's there. It's in the back of your head. You want to play those games, and you know they're good games. And, Nintendo knows that they don't need anyone else. Although, for a change, it looks like they're finally asking for third-party help. They did it with the 3DS, and they're going to do it with the Wii too. At least I hope so. It's a good trend. I mean, you saw last E3 what they did. They're just like, look at the 3DS. Look at the third-party support. Now look at me. It was kind of like that weird commercial about the deodorant or something. Look at your console. Now look at the 3DS. Now look at the third-party titles. Now look back at me. So it kind of turned into something like that. I think it kind of turns to the point where it would be crazy for Nintendo to not bring third party along. And I think they already have. I think there's a bunch of third party developers out there that Nintendo went to and said, okay, well, we just showed you the 3DS. By the way, here's Project Cafe. Isn't it pretty? Look at how pretty it is. And they'll be like, ooh, new console, Nintendo. They're actually giving us respect for a change. Let's develop for it. It'll be wonderful. So Nintendo is learning from their mistakes there. And yes, I'm sure it'll still be family-orientated aspects to it because it's backwards compatible with the Wii and the GameCube. So they're not going to abandon the families too. And you do have to remember when people say that the Wii was a family console, you have to understand that a family is more than just, it's so family friendly. It's for kiddies and grandmas and it's for everyone else. No, that means family. In other words, the casual gamer and the platform gamer, the kiddie gamer, and the hardcore gamer. That's what a family has. A family is full of multiple personalities and kinds of gamers, not just the whole family is only plays one kind of game. Grandpa's going to play Wii bowling. Dad's going to play Mario Galaxy. Little sister's going to go play Kirby, and brother's going to go play Mad World. That's how it goes. So anyway, that's just my little rant about the fact that Nintendo can do hardcore, and they will do hardcore. So leave your comment down below. Tell me what you think. I'm sure a lot of you are going to disagree with me on that. I mean, you know what? You're just wrong. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just going to straight out say it. You're completely, positively wrong. No, this is just my opinion. All right, you're not wrong. Give me your opinion too, dang nabbit. That's what I want, is your opinion. Debate with me. Make me wrong. Well, anyway, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think. Can Nintendo bring back the hardcore to their console? I say yes. Everyone else, Sony, Microsoft people, nope, they can't. They've lost their core fans. Till next time, game fans, this is Twitch. I'm going to shut up now before I dig myself a bigger hole with everyone else. Keep playing.